Well, the race to the first citizen of the city of Johannesburg is shaping up. Let's unpack that with Professor Kedibone Phago from the University of the Northwest in the School of Governance there. Prof. Phago, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Well, four of the biggest parties have, at least in the city of Johannesburg, has given us their candidates. That is the Democratic Alliance as well as ActionSA. I mention ActionSA because they're clearly a formidable coalition negotiator in the city of Johannesburg. And Herman Mashaba has a track record in the city. But so does Kunene, who's from a much smaller party, however, a party that's seemingly a part of the governing coalition here. The ANC and the EFF are yet to announce their candidates. They're yet to enter the race formally. Is it too late or too early to get some of your biggest campaign items out, or do early starters get to win?
Good evening, and thank you so much for the opportunity, and good evening to the viewers at home. It is Johannesburg. The stakes are very high, and it's a very important part of the country. In fact, it is the biggest concentration, the highest concentration of the middle class in South Africa, and the biggest concentration of the black middle class as well. So it's quite interesting to see the political parties starting early. I think it's early, it's on time, especially for ActionSA and the PA, which are smaller parties. So they really need to start ramping up their machinery campaign, because the big parties, the DA and ANC, would have a lot of money to really, even if they start a little bit late, they will be able to, make sure that they reach where other smaller parties are not able to reach, because they do have a bit of resources. So it's early, but I think for smaller parties like ActionSA and PA, they are really thinking forward. And also that they are putting their best foot forward. So they are really using the best resources in terms of the PA, Kunene as their deputy president, and for ActionSA deploying Herman Mashaba, who's the leader of the party, is sending a very strong message to the electorates about these two political parties and what they would love to achieve. So it is going to be very interesting, I think.
Yeah, resource-wise, are parties like the ANC at a disadvantage? And I ask that because with ActionSA, it's quite clear. They think their chances on winning Johannesburg as a metro, as opposed to any other metro, is much higher, therefore concentrating the bulk of their resources in the city of Johannesburg. Similarly, the DA is not likely to lose the city of Cape Town, given what the electoral outcome was in 2021, and therefore putting the bulk of their resources in Johannesburg improves their chances of winning another metro and governing that outrightly. The ANC has to spread itself thin across all the metros in the country because it hopes to recover lost ground and to regain losses that they've sustained in past local government elections. Mangaung is one of those where they have to be on the lookout, because that seemingly is up for grabs as well for any other party that seemingly wants to mount a good contest against the ANC there. Is the ANC at a disadvantage resource-wise, given that it has to spread itself thin while other parties can concentrate where they seemingly think they can win?
Look, it's the picture is a bit complex, but in terms of Johannesburg, I think it can go either way. It can go the DA way, it can go the ANC way, it can go the ActionSA way. I think it is still quite early to make a determination on who is really going to grab Joburg. But I think in terms of the ANC and looking at it for the other metros and throughout the country, I think what we are likely to see is that they will definitely lose a lot of ground because of their corruption track record so far, and a lot of mostly the urban centers have actually given them this message so many times, but they refuse to hear. We hope that they will find candidates, because part of the reason they are still putting their card close to their chest is
yeah.
probably because they still are trying to look for a candidate who can represent them better to contest Hellen Zille and Herman Mashaba. So I think it's going to be a feat for
Yeah.
the ANC. And that would also be, I think, applicable to many urban centers like Mangaung itself.
Yeah, just to insert there very quickly, what separates Mashaba and Zille at the moment?
Look, I think what you would have seen is that although Mashaba's party has taken a bit of the DA support base, but his rhetoric on the illegal immigrants has actually made a very distinct and appealed to the poorer South Africans that have been crying out for the issues of jobs and illegality that is happening. But I think the DA has managed to also grab in the middle class that used to traditionally vote for ANC, especially in the urban centers like Joburg. So there are some, overlaps,
Yeah.
but there are also some marked distinctions between the two parties.
Yeah, Prof. Phago, thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Prof. Kedibone Phago is with the University of the Northwest in the School of Public Governance, talking to us there on the race in the city of Johannesburg.